I've always been into fashion, actually. Even going back through my old books and things, I'll see little doodles of girls wearing sort of big frocks and things. I've always kind of been into that. But at college, I actually studied illustration. I was into art in general, and I really did want to go into illustration. But then they decided that there wasn't any space on the course, so I ended up going onto the fashion course. And then once I got sucked into that, that was it. I know we don't want to cut this piece yet, so it's but at least we can get a feel of how it might look. Dave and I always decided when we graduated that we would start up our own business, and we were very fortunate because my family really helped us and backed our first little business. And I remember we were looking for a location. We were driving down Brook Street and noticed a to let sign up on this funny little building by Haunch of Venison Yard, and we went and had a look, and it used to belong to Freddie Fox, the milliner, who did all the Queen's hats. From that minute onwards, it was kind of a role. We had a lot of luck, being in the right place at the right time. We had a very, very good relationship with Vogue, and they introduced us one by one to the royal family. But one day we were approached by Anna Harvey, and they were doing a big shoot with somebody, and they wouldn't tell us who it was. They just said, it's very famous, we can't say the name. We're looking for something very elegant, very feminine, with a high neck. Do you have anything? As it happened, we did. We had this little blouse hanging up, which we'd just made, sent it down there and didn't hear any more, but then found out that was a blouse used for the engagement photograph by Snowdon of Diana. When we got the commission, actually, it was a very strange situation because I was doing a fitting at the time with this client, and the phone kept ringing, and nobody was picking up the phone, and I was getting a little bit annoyed because I didn't want to I was right in the middle of complicated pinning and everything. And finally I picked up the phone, and it was Diana, and she just sort of said, would you do me the honour of making my wedding dress? And it was as if time stood still. It was, like one of those life-changing moments, and then she repeated it, and almost as if she was expecting me to say, well, I'd better check the diary, or, I'm not sure if we can fit you in. From that minute, it was just frantic. We had to get up very early. We went to Clarence's house, where the princess was and the bridesmaids, and Diana was kind of keeping us all very down to earth and calm. And we got her into the dress, and then of course there was the long wait until her carriage arrived, when we got the phone call when we arrived back at Brook Street. And we were feeling a bit flat, after an incredible day like that, and oh well, it's all over now we can sort of relax, but feeling very sad that it was over. And then we got the phone call from Diana. Well, we did another very famous wedding, which was for Richard Branson and Joan, and that was a fun one. It was just so different, you can't imagine it. Whatever dress we do, I've got to say they're all important to us, celebrity or non-celebrity. The thing is, the bride's entrusting us with such a special dress for such a special day. And it came out of the blue to do the dress for Chantal and Preston, and that was a lot of fun. Her dress was in this beautiful cream ivory Duchess satin. Had a huge skirt. We based it on a crinoline. We did this construction job on it, which we'd never actually done before on any other dress. So it kind of was quite a big skirt, actually. To get through a doorway, she had to kind of move sideways. We didn't have that long to make it. In fact, we were doing not just Chantal's dress, we did Preston's sister as well, and her mum. And so it was a whole family thing as well. I've always loved designing for weddings because my style is very feminine, very romantic, and it's the ultimate expression of all of that in a wedding dress. But, we've done in between things like the Royal Ballet at the Opera House and pantomime. If I could be remembered for one thing, I think it's just making a mark on fashion, to be remembered for having contributed something. And I think probably it will be David and I for doing Diana's dress, because that was a dress in a million for a person in a billion, really. Something never to be repeated, I don't think, ever in history. It was so unique. So, and I'm glad we could be part of that.